Bubba's sitting here probably watching this.
Oh, yeah.
And here we have
welcome to the weekly wrap-up show. With Lummy, myself, me, hello.
Blame it on the injury.
And Rhett, yeah, listen, I'm on a lot of Percocets. I got Colton and Rhett in the other two microphones.
Who's not on Percocets because Lummy hasn't shared any.
But the funny thing is, and speaking of that, 813-90-BUBBA, 813-90-BUBBA. Call in, tell us your favorite part of this whole week, or just call in and say hi. Colton, what we were just talking about, and then you saying, oh yeah, who was I just texting? Feels like that happens more than normal between you and Rhett. And I'm trying to pinpoint why that is right before the show.
Yeah. Might be a little bit of a problem.
But I don't think you joined our boy Rhett today.
I didn't need to.
Oh, you already ready to go?
Yeah.
Mike Thurman, $20 on the super chat. And Mike Thurman, please email Bubba Party, Barp. Jesus. BAR partyinfo@gmail.com. Bar partyinfo@gmail.com, and say what you want to put on the side of your ring if it is not too late. Thank you, Mike Thurman, and thank you for the $20. Colton was a little late today. He was doing one of his Colton gigs.
I was wheeling and dealing, dude.
Wheeling and dealing, which then him and I got into this whole thing about the trash dump people. But Colton, explain to us what you were doing with this grass.
No, there's just okay, so up where we live, I just don't even know if I should say the name. There's just, a sanitation company that works up there for us. And they did some work in my neighborhood recently, and they were there. Sorry, this music's all right. Sorry, they were there getting.
Jesus,
I'm a little flustered. Thank you.
Hard stop.
It's like way in my head with it.
Listen, this is called big body, big boy.
Well, your big body in my brain, dude.
Well, it's Macho and his damn protein high that he's got going on there with his music.
So they're there doing some sanitation work, and they did their concrete work, and they're on their tail end now. So now they're just doing sod replacement. And, when dogs pee in the same spot over and over, they ruin your sod. So I just figured I'd stop down there, kind of pre-work the gimmick and let them know my father's going to be coming down here with the wheelbarrow here in a little bit to load up some of this grass.
So you asked them, is it okay if my father, or did you say, hey, my dad's coming down with the wheelbarrow and some water?
Yep, my dad's going to come down. Exactly
no
that.
No matter what you think, we're coming down to get some.
Yes. Well, no, not what you think. When I was pulling it, see, look, I saw them waiting on sod. And then as I was pulling in, the sod truck's pulling in. And he's got 2 pallets of sod, and he only needs like half a pallet. So I'm like, hey, man.
Oh, so you already knew that they were going to be over on sod?
Yeah, I could tell by looking.
Now, were these Latino gentlemen?
No, so you think sod layers, you would typically think Latino gentlemen.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of the sanitation workers here, at least here, they are not African-American. They may be African-American, but they're black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're going along the lines of the Operation Pigmentation guys?
Yeah, if that's what I only use the word brothers.
Okay.
But people have been telling me that that's probably not the best word to use. And I don't think that was ever, truly, I don't think that, is that racist? Hey, the brothers are typically the guys that work sanitation.
Well, Colton, great. We should go to the phone lines and ask, because I'm sure we have a lot of brothers that would love to tell us that's okay. I mean, I don't know. I like me even being as close as I am with my boy Pitbull, I don't know if I'd be. You know what? Maybe I'll ask Pitbull when he comes over on Saturday to shake me down for some for my lawnmower.
You guys been watching the games?
No, I'm not watching the games there. Oh, you mean on Saturdays?
Oh, with him? Yeah.
No, he's too busy. He just comes over and asks me for my lawnmower now, and he's too busy. He's got more things going on. He's a mover and shaker. But I'll ask him, be like, hey, remember Colton? Oh yeah, because he remembers everybody.
Especially another guy that's always getting free stuff.
Exactly.
Free to free. We remember each other.
Well, so maybe it's not a good. Maybe I should just pull a picture out of Rhett and be like, is it okay if this guy, just comes into our neighborhood and just starts calling you and your friends brothers, and see how that works out?
Not like my brothers. It's just like the brothers in the neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but
brothers playing basketball.
Yeah. I drove, Lummy, on the way to your house, I drove past the park, and there was probably 3 or 4 Latinos and a handful of brothers playing basketball.
Oh, okay.
You're walking a fine line with it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think it's going to be divisive.
Who told you that it probably wasn't a good idea for you to be calling them brothers?
It's not that anybody necessarily told me. It's just I've read the room, much like I'm doing now. When I say brothers, people kind of take a step back.
We got to think about it. And when you got to think about it again.
And then don't say it at all.
Maybe.
Speaking of which, one of the great guests this week, I love Gene Lasker on this week.
Yes, he was great this week.
It was a packed Gene Lasker, John Morgan, Babyface. I really enjoyed this week, to the point where I got off my ass and actually did some work.
Yes, we have the Colton
John Morgan
clips.
inspired you?
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I'd listen to John Morgan, and he's talking about meeting people and all that stuff. I was like, dude, if you could be lucky enough to have a one-on-one meeting with John Morgan, let's just say 15 minutes once a month, do you think that would inspire you to change?
Yes, of course it would.
I think it'd give me some sort of guidance.
That's what I'm saying.
On one thing or another, or just better insight on a bunch of topics. Getting his opinion, getting an outside opinion, that always helps. I used to talk to a guy named Dave Collins who worked in radio back in the 80s and 90s. He worked for Q105 and pretty much every company here. I think he was working for CBS. $20 from Michael Hattersley on the Cash App.
Thank you.
Formerly Bald Balls for Anna.
Bald Balls for Anna.
Hell yeah. But it was cool talking to him every now and again because he would offer, guidance. He would offer an opinion from someone who had experience. So that kind of stuff matters, and that's cool.
I would love to speak with him, and I feel like you're saying it would motivate you to actually come up with maybe some ideas and probably ask him if he would invest in it.
And not even yes, but more so just even do what you're doing and do better at it.
Exactly.
He's the best in his craft. So whatever you're doing, whether you're the brothers laying sod or whether you're Lummy behind the mic or you're me trying to do recruiting with BJE, shout out to BJE, it just wants you to try and better yourself.
You know what? I think that would be a great question going back to the brothers. You should ask Operation Pigmentation what they would say if you walked in not knowing you and just into their barbershop was like, what's up, brothers? And ask them that question, how they would take it.
Yeah. I don't know. It seems worse to me. It does seem worse to me.
It seems worse to me right now that you're scared to ask a brother how they would feel if you called them brothers.
And honestly, I think it speaks for itself that it's Colton, too.
That's
second guessing thing.
But you're also
because you're usually Mr. Gung Ho. I mean, you'll do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but see, I don't mind it, but I don't go in and would be like, hey, what's up, brothers? I would be like, what's up, Craig and Rio? But if I was talking to Rhett, or let me rephrase this, even if I was talking to Ty J, I would say, hey, I went down to the barbershop and visit the brothers.
Okay.
But I wouldn't necessarily be like, what's up, brothers?
Would you like those brothers in question to know that you refer to them as brothers? Do you think?
Because I could maybe even tell those brothers that, I met my other brother, Ty J, when I was at the Brothers of the Tar Barbershop.
Oh, so you're doing one of those in a different way instead of saying, if I went down to the basketball court, we just talked about, brothers, and I said, hey, guys, I got 3 black friends at my house right now, and I'm coming up here to play basketball. You know what I mean? I was just talking to my 3 black friends, and now I'm here to play basketball with you guys.
I think it's easier to say, hey, I got 3 brothers at the house. We're coming to play ball.
Exactly. There you go. You're updating it.
Yeah.
Instead of it saying that way.
Yeah, I feel like brothers is an updated term / slang street term for blacks.
Yeah, so instead of saying I have 3 black friends, I have 3 black brothers.
Yes.
There you go. Perfect. You know what?
Following me? It's you're following, right?
Oh, I am following it.
Okay.
Now you did come up, you did pull some clips, and I think this goes along with your $1 million idea. So what is your $1 million idea that I'm so eager to hear?
I mean, $1 million. Yeah, sure. It's a $1 million idea.
Because you worked hard on this.
Yeah, we came up with this idea as a team months ago, and honestly, my feet have never just been held to the fire. And so here we are. I've decided this week I'm going to start having Colton's clip of the week for the weekly wrap-up show. And it's not necessarily going to be the best clip or the most shocking clip or the wildest clip or it's not any of those things or the funniest. It's just a clip that I pulled that I thought would be good to play on the wrap-up show.
Now,
maybe it was a missed joke or maybe it was anything like that.
How did you find this clip?
You guys know I'm always listening.
Yeah, of course.
So as I'm listening, just going through my day, working, I'm always listening. And if I find something, I'll back it up 30 seconds and I'll hit record, and I got to find a new way to do that. But Macho's a little mad at me.
Yeah, well, you recorded it on the video, but luckily...
Yeah, I recorded an audio file on video.
Luckily, we the great macho man who can turn shit into gold here.
Literally. He was asking me about the audio today. He's like, "You got the audio Colton sent you?" Yeah. And then 5 seconds later, he's like, "It's an MOV file. What the fuck?"
Yeah, I know.
He's like, "Come on, man."
And he already got some shitty news earlier in the day too, from something else from one of the other.
And I've explained to him what my
station.
issue is, and of course he rectifies it and shows me what I need to get here within about 2 minutes. This is what you need.
Yeah, your $1 million idea that you were coming up with, Macho Man Googled it in like 45 seconds, I feel like. I thought it was a great idea. I thought we should invent an app. Except they already make the app.
Yes, correct.
So, but Colton, realistically, if you look at the title of this, the $1 million idea from Colton is you could just take everything that Colton does in his daily life, going from getting grass
from the brothers
on the side of the road, to even the interaction you and I had about Home Depot, always finding a way. Oh, Colton, you lost your hat at the Bucks game 2 weeks ago.
I was so pissed and frustrated.
And it was what, a $30 hat?
Yeah, probably.
And
which hat?
A nice, black Columbia fishing hat, like a nice brim and mesh. It's like a bucket hat, but not,
How'd you lose it? You just set it down somewhere?
I thought I lost it when I got in the car, and then of course I got in the car without a drink, and it's it takes you 30 minutes to get out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
So I decided to get back out of the car to go to the trunk and get my drink, and I thought it was on my lap, and I thought I dropped it. So I was like, oh, it's in the parking lot. It's gone forever.
So we were in line while Colton was.
As soon as I get home, the first thing I do is I go to order another one. They're on sale for $14. So I order two. And then, of course, Shelby wants one. So I order a third. And then Ashley texted me 3 days later and said, hey, I found the hat.
Another win for Colton. Colton always seems to find those deals and always wins. And that's why Colton, I feel like he somehow just always gets the deals. And those are the guys that are going to be making $1 million. I mean, you're still living at home.
Correct.
You found a girl that actually doesn't care that you live at home.
And she has her own spot.
And she has her own spot, but you guys don't live there.
No.
But you work at home.
In fact, we are over at my parents' house 90-10 to being at her apartment.
Which, once again, another win for Colton, where you found a girl who has her own apartment but would rather spend time at your place, which is at your parents' house, because you live in your bedroom you grew up in.
Yes.
And it has things that, like when you were a kid anyhow. But then you kind of just hang outside.
Yeah, the garage is
Which a lot of women don't really like hanging out in the garage.
Yeah, but Shelby is all for, like, even at her apartment, she is never in her house. She's on the patio.
She stays in her own garage.
Yeah, she's
But that's what I'm saying is that you still found that way.
Yep. A win for me.
Another win for you.
Yep.
You have your point thing. I mean, you're always finding a way to win.
I got enough Chick-fil-A points to fucking feed the army.
That's right. I mean, you lost, or you left one job, found another job. Win for you.
Yep.
I feel like no matter what happens to your truck, whether it breaks down or something, you always find a way to either get it fixed.
The truck sometimes is iffy, but yeah, a lot of the times I will come out on top.
I don't know maybe about your motorcycle, but I'm sure that's a win.
Well, motorcycles are typically wins.
Exactly. So, I mean, look, free tickets to a Bucks game 2 weeks ago.
3 rows up.
Falls right into that one.
Turn down tickets to tomorrow's USF game?
I mean, you're just too busy.
I guess so, Lummy. I guess so. In fact, never mind. I got to text my father, and he goes, not sure. Krissa has the tickets. So I will now text my sister and find out, Krissa, where are the tickets?
All for Lummy to just say hi.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah,
my parents and my
100%.
sister, y'all are cool.
Yeah. No, I like them. Let's go to, so this is the new thing, Colton, which thank you finally for pulling some clips, Colton. Hopefully we can find you an easier way to do it.
Yeah, so I can get them into MP3 form or WAV form instead of movie. But this week, it goes along the brothers thing with my clip of Gene Lasker.
So we got Seth talks about Gene Lasker. Rhett, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say we're finally a proper wrap-up
I know.
show. It's the first time we've been doing this shit.
And how
for
many months?
Oh, God.
This has been 4 months?
I don't even want to admit it.
Couple months. There we go.
Which one are you playing? Hold on. Are you playing the Gene Unfiltered?
Seth talks about Gene Lasker.
I think the other one probably first. Gene Unfiltered. And this here, the reason I pulled the Gene Unfiltered clip was it seemed very, very real to me, the Bubba and Gene talk, to where it's just, I want to make sure people are aware of it. I just found it funny. Sorry, go ahead.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I didn't know if you're ready.
Sorry, yeah.
And you
Can't
are
make a guy go to the hospital.
I know, but you absolutely are not. I mean, you're unfiltered. And when a guy's just hold on, there's when a guy's just hanging out with you, you're unfiltered, and then when you're paying a guy, you're really unfiltered.
I know, but he was black, so I was really always filtered.
Oh,
Neil Malpazier, $10.
To me, that's just real, okay?
so you
You
can't
know what
tell
I'm saying?
you
It's
can't
like,
be concerned for a black
I always
guy.
got to
Just
pay
say,
attention
hey,
to my mouth when I'm around them,
Right.
him or JD. You know,
Them.
'cause
they're black.
they're black, and I don't want to disrespect them because they're good guys.
Do you
know?
ever tell them, hey, listen?
Don't want to disrespect because they're good guys.
Yeah.
That's good.
Let me tell you something.
I told them from the beginning, you know, it's going to come out.
Sometimes my mouth gets me in trouble.
That's right, but if I'm not looking at you and screaming at you, then I don't got no hate for you, so don't think it is.
So if the N-word slips out and it's
Right.
not directed to you, it's just a situation.
I'm going to tell you something. Ever since I've had JD, my guy, and he's been
My
there
guy.
since going on third year now. I've come way off of the N-word completely.
Really?
Yeah.
Come off of it.
Yeah.
Like it's cigarettes.
Yeah, I know. That's
Like,
what
yeah.
I'm saying. It was just so real. Lasker and Bubba, like, yeah, I got to tell you something. Ever since I had that guy, JD.
Listen, brother, I don't want to disrespect you as a man. I really don't. I don't want to disrespect you as a man. You're a good guy. I love having you around. I got zero problem with you. Every now and again, though, you may hear something. You know what I mean? You just gotta let it be okay. 'Cause listen, if it's not directed towards you, I promise I don't mean it.
So in other words, if I'm hooting and hollering in my office and screaming, this brother done messed up this fucking power code, I don't mean nothing harm by it.
It's
No
all
harm.
satire. It's all. You ever hear about satire?
So that's
Like
kind
they
of
do on SNL.
Gene Lasker just shoots it as it is. I mean, he's a great guy. I would love to hear a podcast with Gene on it.
Oh no, he is, dude. He's my favorite rotating guest that we have, and it's mostly just because of he's a radio veteran. He's got more on air experience than I fucking do. But I mean, him and Bubba are just so good for each other on the air. They flow each other off of each other so naturally because they've been friends for so long. Like they talk to each other and they don't even think about it, which sometimes will get you in trouble on the radio.
Like here, we're to the point where they were dancing a fine line. Like
Exactly, but it makes for great content.
Well, Gene, even on the Israeli conflict, he had no idea about. Then he didn't even know about the Palestinian-Israeli, and all he wanted to do was just drop a nuke on him.
Yeah, I'm pleading the fifth on that one. But Gene does a lot of great things.
You don't want to get involved in the Israel-Palestine?
No, I'm Switzerland on it. But Gene does a lot of great things. I mean, for his own community too, for the racing community. Like I think it's cool as shit that he does all the painting and the body work for Monster Jam, all the powder coating.
Yep.
Do you see they're selling the Gunslinger monster truck?
Are they?
It could be ours for $140,000.
That's it?
Yeah, they sold off the long haul trailer last year or a couple of months ago, and they listed the monster truck last week.
You know who we need to talk to?
Who's that?
Put it in his ear.
Dan?
Dan Diaco.
Dan rolls up in the Gunslinger Monday morning.
Can you come in? Yeah.
The guy at the Gunslinger is cool with Lasker too.
Yeah, well, he passed away. Scott Hartsock, the driver.
Man,
and Gene did like that
The
tribute
family,
thing.
I should say. Yeah, he did a tribute
Yeah,
on
and
his
that
sprint.
was cool as hell too.
On his asphalt sprint.
Yeah, that paint scheme on a sprint car looked badass. You could put that paint scheme on anything and look great.
Dr. Dan coming up, and he would tell Macho to suck it. We're going up in the Gunslinger. That would be amazing. And Monster Jam's coming up in February. Getting, Dr. Dan just riding that around.
They made the truck change its name when it was still the Monster Jam.
What is it?
It was just Slinger. And
Oh,
then
jeez.
And then I don't know if he was still running it by the end of his career or not, but yeah, it is the Gunslinger, and it is for sale. A light $140,000. So think about it, Lummy.
Oh, well, maybe I'm going to mention it to Dr. Dan on Monday, just to see what Dr. Dan does say, because I feel like 140,000 to Dr. Dan is just a little, you know what I mean? All you'd have to do is sell one Ferrari.
Give him the Cybertruck and a little bit of cash.
Oh yeah, there you go. So set this one up here, buddy. Seth talks about Gene Lasker.
Yeah, this is another Gene Lasker clip. Like I said, I did like Gene Lasker this week on it. I think there's a lot of hidden gems. And it's something you touched on just a moment ago about Gene, what he thinks the Iranian-Palestinian, war, World War III, World War IV, blah, 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 blah.
All right.
And here it is.
It's not playing.
Coming down.
And here it is.
It's supposed to be from the movie file.
Well, then maybe it's not going to work.
Let's see here. Did you test these?
I'm just
There we
imagining-
go.
Oh.
Right.
So was that Lummy's fault?
No, it's...
Imagine Donald Trump sitting down with Gene and being like, tell me about your plans for Israel. And Gene's like, we're going to take Iran, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to move it here.
They've never been nothing but trouble my whole life that I've known.
The whole lot that I know.
Okay, so why just do away with them and give them to the Jews? The Jews are good.
Jews are good.
Right.
That's what you need to know. Jews are good.
Thanks, Gene. We're taking a lot of heat right now. A lot of people don't think we
Jews
are.
are good, and they've had. And listen, man, the struggle's been real with the Jews. I mean, the Jews.
I had a Jew a neighbor, and he never stole my mower.
I had a Jew neighbor, and he never stole my mower. Absolutely brilliant. And it's...
I'm just
That's
imagining
my
Donald
fault.
Trump sitting down with Gene and being like, tell me about your plans for Israel. And Gene's like, we're going to
Lummy.
take Iran.
I said
and
it was
then we're
my
gonna do
fault.
This, and we're going to move it here.
They've never been nothing but trouble my whole life that I've known.
right.
Okay, so why just do away with them and give them to the Jews? The Jews are good.
Jews are good.
Right.
That's what you need to know. Jews are good.
Thanks, Gene. We're taking a lot of heat right now. A lot of people don't think we
Big E 7375 $20 on the super chat, and yes, Seth, Rhett, my two fingers on this little mouse clicker here is really struggling.
Is it your good hand or your bad hand?
And
Bad
listen,
hand.
man, the struggle's been real with the Jews. I mean, the Jews.
I had a Jew a neighbor, and he never stole my mower. I used to leave it out.
Right.
So,
But Gene,
what I'm saying?
Gene,
He
hold
didn't
on.
need my mower. He had his own, and he was
Had his
you know,
own money,
He
he
kept
was-
his grass cut too.
Right, but Gene, are you saying? And we're not. Let me walk you through this path. But are you saying that you've had other neighbors, maybe that were not Jewish, and we're not going to say what they were, but they stole your mower?
You didn't leave it out.
Right.
It wasn't there.
Right. But the Jewish guy lived across the street. He didn't take your mower.
No.
That's all. That's all you know. Is your mower was okay with the Jewish dude.
Right. So let's just help them out. Take Iran out. Give them that property. And Palestinians don't shut up. We'll take half of theirs.
just imagine Donald Trump sitting down with
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
Have you ever been nervous about keeping your stuff out in front of your neighbors?
Me, no.
Rhett?
No, not yet.
You,
Oh.
Lummy, how about you at the rental house? Be honest.
In the beginning-
when you first moved there.
In the beginning, yeah. I was a little nervous at one of my rental houses, too.
Except now you leave fucking coffee out instead of cookies and milk for the hippies.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
They
Little
came and
bike
took the
riders.
brothers have been pushed out for the hippies.
That's right.
Is that racist? Are the hippies gonna come after me?
Probably. But, Rhett, are you in a situation now where you'd be a little nervous about leaving your lawnmower out?
Yeah. I wouldn't particularly. Yes and no. Yes, just because people like to steal, not because of any one group of people.
But if you had a neighbor, like Colton, what type of people would you be nervous of if they moved in your neighborhood in your little roundabout?
People with lower income. Not necessarily anything else. Like I said, lower income comes in all race, color, and sizes.
But I mean,
the people of lower the income are typically the ones that want to steal, or the people on drugs.
Yes.
The druggies will steal from you in a heartbeat.
Well,
They
do you
will.
have any friends that you'd be nervous about leaving some stuff out for?
No, because they wouldn't be friends for much longer.
I just was thinking, okay.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, if people come over or something, but no, because then they
I'm
wouldn't
saying
be over
friends
again.
of friends.
I've had somebody steal from my house before,
Like
and they've never been over my house since.
Like you knew? Did you know?
Yeah.
Do you confront them?
Yeah,
And what happened?
He lied.
Did you get your shit back?
No.
Did you want to fight him?
Yeah.
Are you nervous about fighting people just because of your little chest?
Yeah, and last time I fought somebody, it got really bad, and I had my steel boat 2s on. That's what I was so mad I didn't call them my steel boat 2s. My steel toe boots. I called them my steel boat 2s. I got my fucking steel boat 2s, and I ended up putting them in the hospital for a broken jaw with my steel boat 2s.
Jesus Christ, how long ago was that?
I don't know, 10 years ago or so.
Right, have you ever been in a fight?
When I was a little kid. Not as an adult, no.
I wouldn't consider this a fight. This was an ass whooping. I was so mad. I ripped this kid out of his car and fucking beat his face in so goddamn bad to where his family came crawling to us to have to pay his goddamn hospital bill.
Jesus.
It's only happened one time in my life.
And you didn't feel that way when your house is, someone stole something from your house?
That's what I'm saying. He was the kid. That was
the kid.
That was one. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said like recently some guy lied to you and you didn't do anything about it.
No. But yeah, I felt super violated at that point, and that kid literally got his fucking face beat in. And I'm getting mad thinking about it.
I'm down a hand, so let's be friends, Colton.
Yeah, we're friends. No, I'm cool. That's been my only incident. How have you ever known me to be violent? Ever?
No, I've never. I would have never assumed you got into a fight.
Yeah, one time with the steel boat 2s, right to the jaw.
See, like Rhett, I don't think he's a fighter.
No.
He seems more like a let's calm things down.
No, dude, I leave people the fuck alone. I don't have a reason to mess with anybody.
Well, but Colton, who smokes
I'm in the same boat,
ever...
dude, but I felt so violated that somebody broke into my fucking house. Or a property, whatever you want to call it.
No, yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, no,
I mean, do what you... Florida's a stand your ground state, so do what you got to do, brother.
That's what I said. We shouldn't be paying no hospital bills. We could have fucking shot him dead.
Exactly.
What did he steal from you?
He's lucky he's got off. He's lucky he got off, for sure.
Yeah.
What did he steal?
He's trying to get in the shed and steal whatever the fuck he could because he was on drugs.
Oh, so he actually didn't steal anything.
No, he got caught in the act.
Yeah, he got caught. He was going to steal some shit.
Oh, I gotcha. What's the next clip you got here?
The next clip I have is just a John Morgan clip. This clip, okay. I'm glad you brought it up. This will kind of let my blood boil down. You don't got to necessarily turn the AC down. I'll cool off on my own over here now. The next clip, FSU is having a hard time this year. So when I heard John Morgan talking shit about UF, I had no choice but to pull it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
The University of Florida football is now Vanderbilt for the foreseeable future. The pipeline is empty. Once the pipeline gets empty, people are not.
I don't think a lot of people will get that reference.
Pipeline is empty.
No, the Vanderbilt of football.
What? How they were once good, and then recruiting, everything's like everything.
No.
Just okay, then explain.
Vanderbilt has been completely shit the whole entire time.
Dog crap at the SEC.
They're the SEC. They shouldn't even be in the SEC. They're a horrible fucking team. The SEC, I think, pretty much has them because of their education, because the whatever degree, like I forgot what the fuck it's called, but that's the reason. Like Vanderbilt has never been good. Like
ever. I thought when they first started for those little bit of time, they were decent. And then as the recruiting and as the facility, as everything just started dying down, as the University of Vanderbilt started dying down as a whole, drying up, if you will, that it was like an empty pipeline to nothing.
I don't think
they were ever good.
I don't think they've been ever good.
Okay.
I don't think they've ever been consistently good. I think they've had a couple of big wins and maybe some flashy seasons.
Yeah, no.
But I don't know if they've ever been like a competitive team in the SEC. They've always really been known as a punching bag.
Yeah, kind of like Duke is.
Their overall record is 556 and 643, I believe, if I read that correctly.
Yes, because I'm looking at it like their records here. Like if you want to come into the 90s, 3 wins, 1 wins, 4, 3, 1, 1, 5, 4, 4, 5, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. So yeah, they've always been that like. They had 2 9-win seasons in 2012 and 13, and that's about it. So, yeah, I don't think a lot of people.
I went to a baseball
reference.
camp at Vanderbilt. That was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Actually, I went there when David Price was there. I was a catcher. That sounds weird. When it's out of context, it sounds super weird.
Yeah, you and David
I was playing
Price.
catcher, and obviously David Price was a pitcher, so pitchers and catchers worked together for the camp. So
I
I was
bet
actually,
they would.
yeah, I got a picture of him when he was still at Vanderbilt, and we're all wearing our TV gear.
I hope we don't get any Wander Franco type headlines about David Price
I never know.
anytime soon.
Colton wins again.
That's right.
That one time at baseball camp.
Get
Colton
paid.
gets $1 million.
Yeah,
right.
in the lawsuit.
the hush money. But so
That catcher hush money.
because Florida really hasn't been relevant in the national attention in a while. And I think he's pretty much telling you that they're still shit. Sorry, Rhett.
No, listen, it was bittersweet here in this segment, but I thought it was great. I'm glad that most people feel this way. You know, the whole NIL thing, I get what he's saying. And between that and Florida football, the way that Billy Napier has been as a head coach, I understand why he doesn't even want to watch it.
I like this take where he even said it. He's like, the people making the decision for coaching, literally the ones striking out, playing kickball.
Yeah,
like they're complete shit.
That was pretty good.
And he gets it too because he's like, they're like, oh, he's a great recruiter. But if you looked ahead, the NIL deal was going and recruiting. John Morgan's like, you don't need to recruit. You just fucking pay a lot of money.
The NIL has ruined college football.
Well, why do you think Nick Saban's out of it? He didn't want to deal with the NIL. He was about recruiting.
I don't blame him. It honestly has gotten. I still watch it. I'm not gonna say I don't watch it. Now this year I'm starting to die off on FSU already. I'll still watch, but it's tough. But as a whole, college football and just like it changes so much year to year now that it's really not as fun to watch.
It's turned a bunch of pampered student athletes into a bunch of pampered millionaires, and the problem with that can be, I guess driving out of these old school style coaches. These guys simply just don't want to put up with it anymore when you've got egos and salaries to compete with.
And the transfer portal.
Yeah, and you're trying
you used to get a free golf cart ride to the game, and now you get a goddamn Rolls Royce to take to the game.
Well, we heard a good story. I don't know if Rhett wants to talk about or tell it, but when we talked to Andrew about the basketball player that's no longer at USF because he left because he got more money, but parking in the handicap spot and just being a dick.
Yeah, there was a guy that we used to kind of point and laugh at the Bulls games because he stuck out a little bit on the team, if you know what I mean. And he was a transfer. I don't remember
Boise State.
Where. It was Boise State, and he had been there maybe a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It was towards the beginning of the season, and Warsaw was pulling into the athletic facility. And I think this guy came screaming through the parking lot. He was like driving through driving like a dick, and then parked in a handicap
in
spot.
a Mercedes like 500.
Right. Brand new car, parks in a handicap spot, gets out, doesn't have a handy dandy sticker or anything like that, is clearly a student athlete. And I think Warsaw said he looked at him and was like, really? Or something like that.
And the guy looked at him like, what?
No, he looked at him and he was like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Or he was like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? Or something like that.
Yeah, so it made him.
It was definitely a hostile response.
Yeah.
It was like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
And this is a guy that literally is playing on USF basketball.
20 years old, 19 years old.
Wearing a bleach blonde hair coming out of Boise State, and driving a Mercedes 500. And now he's saying, like, who the fuck are you? So just imagine, you're making $3-4 million a year now. It's like mind blowing where it's gonna go, and they got a cap on it. I know this is not the sports show, but John Morgan did talk about it, so
it was refreshing to get a sports take from John Morgan. My mom was also a little upset I didn't put her over because she's a case manager at Morgan & Morgan. So
what are you gonna do? How are you gonna pipe that in?
Exactly. That's what I told
Mr.
her. I was
Morgan?
like, how the fuck was I gonna interrupt? And
My
be like,
mom is a case manager at Office 242.
Yep.
Can you say hello to her, please?
Her work email is this. It may have ended up in your spam, but she wanted me to just tell you to. What the fuck, Mom?
Hello. It was good hearing you on the Bubba the Love Sponge show. With Gene Lasker coming on. Sorry, I looked at the thing. I was gonna say with Gene Lasker, Babyface, and John Morgan, what three of them were your favorites this week? Colton and Rhett.
Obviously I like Lasker a lot.
But what was your number one?
Dude, I don't know. I got it pretty tied between Morgan and Lasker for the week. Obviously Lasker's on all 4 hours, so it's 4 hours continuously. But John Morgan did a solid 45 minutes. I will say that.
Rhett, what about you?
Yeah, I think probably Lasker 1, Morgan 2.
I'm going to have to say, I love Lasker too, but Morgan, I wanted him to stay on longer.
Yeah, I would agree.
I wish Morgan could come back on. I wish Bubba could even do like every 30-minute segment, like once a month, just talking because the stories that guy's got to have and who he knows. And
Yeah,
what he
he's
could talk
talking about Diddy, J-Lo. I mean, holy fuck,
You could drop a
dude.
name that you'd see in the news, and he probably had some kind of interaction with them.
Correct, and that's why I think it'd be awesome to have some type of unfiltered podcast actually with John Morgan.
Yeah, all those commercial reads and stand-ups and things like that made him naturally good on the air too. He's a good storyteller.
Yeah, and he's got that like Southern like charm kind of thing.
But damn,
he's
can
an
he hold
attorney.
off on saying shit? Can he hold off on saying shit?
Dude, potty mouth John.
Oh my god, how many
By the
shits
end
were
of it.
dropped in that one?
Yeah, by the end of it, he was letting
8?
it rip.
Well,
9?
The crazy thing is he was holding his tongue in the beginning. He was like, "Oh yeah, holy shucks," and all this other, and then he just started. Once he let that first shit, and
Nobody really corrected him, so he was like,
all right.
I mean,
let's keep it
seriously,
flowing."
8 or 9 times, right?
Yeah, you better listen to that best of 8 or 9 times.
Yeah,
So.
no shit, Lummy. Shit.
Yeah, I know. Macho messaged me. He's like, "We're gonna run out of the dump here pretty soon."
Yeah.
I'm like, I think Bubba's got it handled.
Pretty sure he was on top of all of them. We always watch to see if his hand moves.
Now, see the reason I asked that question is, so you guys didn't pick Babyface, and normally Babyface comes in at the top.
This is why for me.
Well, hold on. Let me say what I was gonna say. My question to you: do you feel that Babyface really brought it back down, and he was kind of being tame because he was trying to be nice to Bubba, and that Babyface is just not that funny when he's just not a complete dick?
It wasn't that I didn't think Babyface wasn't funny this week. I just felt as if those other 2 days were so strong that this week in particular, Babyface didn't line up with it.
No, Babyface always makes me laugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He's like a solid starting receiver in the NFL. You know what you're going to get. He's like Mike Evans. You know what you're going to get. 1,000 yards every season. He usually has a couple of laughs every day. Like,
but when you have 2 greats that come in that are not in all the time, they're just doing fill-in work. It's refreshing.
But
sometimes.
you didn't think Babyface was holding back? You don't think he held back a couple of his jokes that he might have, went after?
You don't think he's been clipped a little bit?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Do you think?
Yeah,
because
I do.
there were some fans that came out, and this is no slight to Bubba because Bubba has all the right and the certain things, but Babyface, I feel like I don't know if he was doing it on purpose. Kind of what I was getting at.
Why would he do it on? Like to make even more of a rib out of it.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Like, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say it, but
I think there were a couple of things he said to kind of bring attention to what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what I'm saying, Colton?
I know what you're getting at.
Okay.
Yeah, he was restricted.
Yeah, yeah. So he rode the line, and I hopefully he comes back with some good Vegas stories. Which I didn't know Babyface was that big of a Vegas guy.
Yeah,
Going out in the middle
Mr.
of-
Vegas over there.
Going out in September, just going out to Vegas.
I
I'm
knew he was
surprised he-
Mr. Vegas guy like when he was single. I didn't
That's
know
what
he
I'm
was
saying.
still Mr. Vegas.
Him
guy.
and his wife are going out there.
Well, that and the fight expert aspect of it too. I'm surprised he didn't go out. He missed the UFC Noches in the Sphere by a couple of weeks, I think.
Wow.
You know how they had the
Yeah.
813-90 Bubba. 813-90 Bubba. Well, he also I was kind of surprised because he's rolling, and I wasn't rolling back in the day as hard as he is. But when I would fly out at Southwest, I would just make sure I was upgraded, and he was waking up or trying to be, an hour early to try to get that A check in, and all you have to do is it's a $50 upgrade.
Which
get
that
1 through
surprised
5.
me because Babyface does very well.
Exactly.
Babyface doesn't have, people like to live their life and say, I want to be able to just go swipe my card and keep. Babyface has that life. Babyface does well for himself. He's a great lawyer. He's great at what he does. So, yeah, it does shock me. But I guess personally, I admire it and I love it because, I'm 100% a cheapskate. So I'm all for it.
Well, don't you want to budget on a Vegas trip as much as you can? That extra $100, $150 that you're going to spend on tickets or amenities or whatever the case may be.
Well,
Can
normally
go
it's-
into your night at the fucking slots, buddy.
Yeah, but I guess because I'm just so big and I hate the seat flying and how the seats are, I guess that's where I'm different.
You
But
need to really find some fucking sleeping pills. That's all you need.
Yeah, or some good edibles.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You're not a smoking guy, but I feel like you find some decent gummies, little 5-10 milligrams, you'll be
Yeah,
good for hours.
you really do, because that's my thing on a plane. I don't really care what time of day or what time of night it is. I'm gonna find a way to pass out. NyQuil, sleeping medication, whatever it may be. I'm fucking falling asleep, dude.
See, if I get comfortable, I'd be good. But I feel like me sitting in the middle.
Well, you're
seat,
not gonna get comfortable on a plane. That's why you need drugs.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have
maybe
the drugs.
maybe an extra pillow and blanket from home.
Yeah, there's not much you can do.
Bring it in your carry-on.
But I mean, you're saying like babyface just swipe the card but have a budget. Colton, you're telling me right now, and Rhett, that if you guys just had the kind of babyface money, that you'd still be picking up pennies and dimes and nickels.
This is the thing. It's tough to say, dude. There's times where you're balling, and there's times where you're saying, I want to go on this vacation, but I want to be reasonable about it. And I guess that's just one of the times right now. But also another thing is babyface travels often. So I'm sure if he's being reasonable on this vacation, that allows him to take another vacation around Christmas time.
Yeah, fuck it. Maybe he's one of those people that travels with rewards points.
Oh, he definitely is.
I think he does.
My stepmom hasn't paid for a flight in probably the last 4 or 5 years because she just goes everywhere for work. So whenever she can go for work, she's able to claim the rewards and just get free shit all the time.
I don't know what happened on Tuesday, guys. Did anything happen on Tuesday when I wasn't here? Because I'm sure that you guys feel the same way. When you miss it, it's hard to re-listen to it, but also find out, was there anything like just crazy that happened on Tuesday that I should be aware of to go back and listen?
I'm trying to think.
I don't think so. I think it was business as usual.
Okay, good.
And I'm sorry to say that. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing to say.
No, that's a good thing because I was.
You were missed. Don't get me wrong. I don't want you to think that.
I was scared that Bubba was going to be I was going to have the studio line calling me, Macho calling me.
Well, he tried to call you, I think, once or twice, but you had already gone back at that point.
I'll say, I know Dan was on his case about calling you.
Was he?
Several times, yes. Dan was like, that son of a bitch ain't doing nothing right now anyways. The doctor's probably not even there yet.
Well,
so just sitting back there in a gown.
That was about 5:45, 6 o'clock when he.
It was about 6:15, 6:30 when Dan was saying, "That motherfucker's not, or that guy's son of a bitch ain't doing nothing anyways."
Yeah. Did you see a missed call from us?
Yes.
At what time do you remember?
I don't remember. No, I remember waking up, looking at my phone, and passing back out, and talking about Dr. Dan the whole time there. So,
and did you guys really get into your surgery or the after surgery? Or you guys talked about it on the air at all?
No, it was carpal tunnel.
Yeah,
I understand. And how long did it take?
17 minutes.
Oh. Okay. How long's your recovery? Like, I see you're up
2
there
weeks.
operating the board, but you couldn't open up. You can't wipe your ass. That's why you open up an ass wiper today on the show.
Yeah,
you got
thank
it
you,
wrapped
Super
up.
Fat Bubba Light.
Wrapped up pan.
So like explain to us what are you looking like for the next week? What's going on?
Like
How have you wiped your ass over the last
My
course
left
of 3 or
hand?
4 days?
Yeah, show the
Should
camera.
you be touching Bubba's mouse right now?
Yeah, I wash
Things
my,
like that,
I
you
wash
know?
my hands. I wash my hands. Yeah, no, left hand wipe ass, which was new.
Okay, how's that going for you?
I started preparing for it a week before.
Do you think that you're not getting it as clean as you used to?
No, because so I doubled up and also added some extra baby wipes in there.
Have your fingers slipped through the paper at all?
No, because I double up.
Because sometimes that happens. You're switching to the left hand. You don't have the proper form,
I thought about that. That's
and
why
your finger may slip.
Sometimes you make your finger slips, you make a mess, then you got to hit the sink real quick.
No, so if it's late enough, I'll jump in the shower. But I also, if it's not that way, I'll just double up my baby wipes. So, and the baby wipes are pretty thick.
Do you flush those baby wipes?
Of course.
Oh.
Are you not supposed to?
I don't know about the baby wipes.
I don't think so.
I don't know what the fundamental.
There's flushable baby wipes.
Even the flushable ones are not that flushable.
Hold on.
Thank you, Rat.
They say.
Thank you,
I
Rat.
am not throwing my fucking baby wipes in my trash can.
Hey, can I make a confession? And I don't think my apartment complex is listening because we did move. I mean, it's technically not an apartment complex, but you know where I stay, Lummy.
Yeah.
And
What have you flushed down there?
nothing.
Condoms?
No, nothing egregious. Just the flushable
doesn't wear
wipes. No, the
condoms.
Bacon
the
grease.
flushable wipes. The flushable wipes. It's been a month this week, or it's been 3 weeks this week since we moved in. And
Sorry.
I bought on our first grocery trip when we were just kind of buying shit for the house. I bought those flushable wipes because I like them. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's living large when you have those. A clean ass. And I used them, used the whole package. So they're gone. And
You're stuffed up.
maybe a couple of days ago, I don't remember what tried to get flushed down the toilet, but something tried to get flushed down the toilet, and then we had a main seal stoppage.
Oh, you got weak pipes.
I'm telling you,
And then I
dude,
had
don't
to
be
snake.
flushing those flushable
Then I had
wipes.
and then I had to snake and.
So what do you do with yours? You fucking put them in your toilet, Colton?
Honestly, I'm not big on flushable wipes. I do have them for when I know that it's necessary, but for the most part, I don't use them. But when I do use them, I will put them into a like a sandwich sack, like a plastic bag sack, like a Publix bag or something like that, and then tie it up, and then that's it. That's the end of that bag. It goes out to the trash.
I don't know why I'm thinking about it, but I feel like you're just like a little rabbit shitter.
If you had no,
Yes,
no.
that's how I
If you
feel.
still had if you
Why
were on
are you thinking
septic,
about
I don't know, but that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking that like Colton's a very dainty little shitter.
I appreciate it, but normally not the case.
Okay.
If you had your own septic, would you still be flushing your wipes?
Fuck yeah. You just put those bugs down it or whatever.
Whatever.
So
dude.
what is? I mean, listen, you've seen it on the packaging. What is the fundamental difference between like a flush friendly wipe and a not flush friendly wipe? Because when you pull out a baby wipe and you pull out a toilet wipe, I don't know. Like, there's obviously a couple of differences, but I don't understand how they can market that thing and sell it like that when it is definitely going to continuously fuck up your pipes.
Lummy would know. Lummy, you're the only one that really uses them. Not to mention, anybody that's listening, if you have septic at your house, don't let Lummy take a shit because he's going to flush those wipes that aren't flushable down your fucking pipes.
Well, let's get our plumber guys to call in. I know we got Bubba Army that are plumbers.
Kevin.
We got 6 of them on hold
You
right
are going
now.
to get reamed if you're fucking putting baby wipes down somebody's septic, dude.
It can get caught, but it also can go right through. Okay. Listen.
Like I said, if you're hooked up to the city sewage, I kind of get it. U.S. Water will come out and replace the sod, and you can get some free sod from them.
That's
so,
right.
it's all in the grand scheme of things. But when you're on your own septic, hell no.
Listen, Colton, it's fine, okay? It's better than throwing like a tampon down there.
It's all the same. That does
No,
not.
it isn't.
Yes, it is.
A tampon can
No.
expand.
Tampon doesn't go down there.
I don't think it's the same as like a baby wipe.
Yeah, come on,
Neither
Colton.
one goes down there.
I bet you used to throw condoms down there.
Hell
Let me.
no, dude.
Let's be honest here.
You probably never wore a condom.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, you young. Really?
I mean, yeah, I wore condoms.
Of course. And you
But,
probably
like-
flushed them down the toilet because you probably didn't trust the chick, coming in and be like, all right, she's probably going to grab
No,
it from
I
the
don't
trash.
flush them. I mean, I don't flush them.
What'd you do? You just threw them away?
Throw them right
Yeah.
on the top of her bathroom
Fucking
trash can.
Fling them to the ceiling fan.
Whatever. Okay. Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you right now, there's no problem with it. Dr. Dan uses baby wipes. Everyone
I
uses
wonder if
baby
he
wipes.
flushes them.
Dr. Dan, I guarantee he flushes them.
You want me to leave a
There's
note right here for him on Monday morning, right here on this Alexa Play Bubba the Love Sponge show paper? Just say,
Yeah,
Dr.
well-
Dan, do you flush your flushable wipes? ?
We'll make this a recurring segment. We'll bring it back next week.
Exactly. Here, watch. We probably got a plumber right here. 641.
Hey, what's up, guys?
There's
Brandon McQuad.
Brandon, what do you do with your baby wipes?
Well, I don't do anything with them because I never wipe my ass.
There you go. See?
My mom does it for me.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, she is a trooper,
Yeah.
isn't she?
She throws it away, but my
Throws
dad's
it
a
away.
plumber. My dad's a plumber, and if the water main breaks and they can tell if there was a bunch of stuff down there, the homeowner can have to pay for it.
Oh,
That's
look at that, Lummy.
That's in Iowa. Listen, you guys have one pipe here, one pipe there. Okay, in Tampa, we got many pipes coming together.
That are probably way worse.
That's true.
No, he had to do this job, and somebody had to pay $10,000 because they have to break up the street and everything.
Yeah.
Listen, I wanted to see the city of Tampa come after me and my fucking baby wipes, okay? I want to see the Lutes come after me and my baby wipes down there.
But
Good fucking
yeah,
luck.
so I've never had to wipe my ass.
Brandon, how are you doing, though? You doing okay, buddy?
Hell yeah, I am.
Oh, that's good,
Yep,
Brandon.
I'm just the vice president of the Eagles. That's it.
Wait, what? Huh?
I'm the vice president of the Eagles Club.
Oh, the Eagles Club. Be like the Boy Scout Club?
No, the bar, the Eagles. The Fraternal Order of Eagles.
Oh,
I know
there
what
you
he's talking
go.
about.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So it's just a reason for me to get drunk every week.
There you go. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the information. So I don't know if
See
it's...
you guys in a couple months.
See you, man.
See, Brandon.
I don't know if Brandon was saying that it's good or not. He said that the city will charge you, though. But Colton, if you have new pipes, I don't see what the fucking problem is. But
Okay.
Not that you would know. It doesn't matter. And Dr. Dan said, oh.
Sorry.
I thought Dr. Dan was actually going to tell us.
I thought
Yeah, I was gonna chime
I
in
was
about his
not
pipes.
thinking that I was not on mine. Ford was asking how I take phone calls and stuff.
Yeah,
on.
I type in here as Lummy every now and again.
Yeah,
Oh, do
sorry.
you?
What?
Oh, what the fuck?
No, never mind. No.
Whatever. Now you're totally off. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Colton.
Yeah, we fucked that one up for you big
Yeah.
time. I know.
I mean,
Sorry about
you want
that.
to just tell Ford Show right now how to listen to the show?
No, he was asking how I. No,
How you
it's
take
technical
phone
side.
calls?
Yeah, it's technical side.
I bet he's on hold.
Who?
No, he's not on hold.
Oh, okay. Not yet.
So,
What's going on around here?
I don't know. You guys just totally derailed the show. Actually, it was Brandon the Quad. I'm all
Are
blaming
you going to have a
Brandon
Bubba
the Quad.
meltdown?
No, I'm not going to blame you. But thanks a
Fucking
lot,
in the
guys.
show.
Yeah, we're ending the show right now.
Why?
We're ending it.
All right, well, be sure to get the latest Loner and Stoner.
How was the Loner and Stoner, though?
It was good.
I heard some,
Joe the Supermarket and Tuttle got heat, dude. Like, there's no way for me to fucking
Oh, it carried
dance
over?
around this anymore. And I don't know what to do.
Who the fuck does Joe not have heat
Hold on,
with,
let me
though?
ask you
I
something.
mean, like,
So what do you mean by you have no idea what to do? And
Because,
yes,
dude, I'm very non-confrontational. I don't have heat with Joe. We know damn well I don't got heat with Tuttle. At the end of the day, do I have to have Tuttle's back over Joe's? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Do I really want to?
But why
No,
don't you-
because I don't want to have to pick a side and get in the middle of this shit.
But then just leave it be.
So
That's
let's-
why I'm trying to play referee through Loner and Stoner.
What are the updates? What are the...
There's really no updates. They're both at each other's throats. And Joe is saying, shout out to him for getting our podcast, the numbers on the map. And of course, Tuttle's saying, right up your ass, buddy. You know what I mean? So like they're fucking at each other's necks.
Oh, so Joe's. Oh, jeez. Now is this all going over social media? I'm guessing.
No, it's mainly him calling into our show and leaving voice clips and Tuttle rebuttaling. That's kind of how it's been.
He's taking over the podcast network.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he? Oh, so Joe's pretty much like a regular now on your voicemail gimmick.
Yeah.
This has been 2 weeks of this at each other's necks, and yeah, I don't know what to do, dude.
Well, you're the kind of the producer, executive producer, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of the host in a way.
So you're the host. You're kind of the executive producer. You and Tuttle kind of share what? I guess you're 50-50.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Now,
50-50.
what have you said to Tuttle to maybe try to just
Last
smooth
week,
this
I
over?
told Tuttle that we were going to play Joey's voicemail and then hit our outro and get the fuck out because the best way to acknowledge it is not to acknowledge it, right?
Oh, but you're the one who wanted to play it.
Well, yeah, dude, come on, deep down. Let's be real here.
I mean, it's decent. You know.
Yeah.
You
I
get a
got
good
I don't mind the
reaction.
eyes on the podcast, so of course I'm going to play it.
Okay. And I guess Tuttle just didn't listen to you and went off on a.
Yeah, he just couldn't, Tuttle. Sometimes he just can't hold back. I don't blame him. We just talked, about an hour ago how I couldn't hold back when someone broke into my house and I felt violated. Tuttle feels the same way, I guess, about the podcast. I don't know what to say.
Mike Thurman, $10. Filthy's Waffle House plus Aunt Jemima's breakfast.
There you go. My girl.
So yeah, Joe and Tuttle got a little bit of heat right now. They're going back and forth. That was it. That was the main drama on the Loner and Stoner for the week.
Can you take live phone calls from your show?
No, I take voice clips and text messages.
Can you take?
No. Well, I mean, I'm sure I could figure out a way to. Yes.
There are
Do you
ways,
want to bring?
yeah.
Do you want to bring Joe and Tuttle together?
Live on live?
Yeah, just.
I
maybe,
don't know.
see
I
if
don't necessarily want to hear yelling at each other the
Just
whole
let
time.
it rip for an
Hold
hour.
on, but how about you have rules and you be the
moderator?
moderator
I would be open to considering that.
and keeping it calm. And if someone starts getting just a little too loud, you just turn them down or turn them off, and you just try to have a civilized conversation to try to mend this friendship.
Yeah, I'd be
that
down
they
for
might have
that.
had
I would be
before.
down.
Because they were friends at one point, right?
Yeah, that's I think what kind of started all this. At one point, Tuttle and Joe were friends.
They were sending
and-
gifts. Tuttle was sending gifts.
Yeah, Tuttle was sending gifts and then when Tuttle's mother passed, I think Joe was like there for Tuttle, and then now Joe's mother passed, so now Tuttle has not been there like near. This is from Joe's point. Tuttle has not been there for Joe like Joe was there for Tuttle. It's kind of a bitch fest.
Yeah, I know, but that's that you guys on the Loner and Stoner, and you were worried about numbers. I mean, who doesn't want to hear as long as it's not, them just sitting there yelling back and forth.
That's
got
what
each other.
that's what it may devolve into.
But-
And that's kind of like now I'm almost like
But no, but that's
moderating
where
it,
you- but
saying
that's-
you have a minute to respond.
Yeah.
And now you can leave a minute voicemail and you can respond in total rebuttal.
I know, but then you bring them on live and you say, look, guys, go back and forth. But at the minute that it makes no sense on the radio, no one can understand what any of you guys are saying. I'm going to turn off one of your mic. I'm going to tell the other person I'm going to turn both your mics off and tell you to calm down and come back with your facts until, either you guys say we're never going to get along, the facts are out, and they go their separate ways. I mean, why not?
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that. And real quick, just for anybody that does want to leave me a voice clip or a text message for the Loner and Stoner Show, we will play it. Please do so at 813-906-8806. Save it in your phone, please. Text us or leave a voicemail, 813-906-8806. Thank you for the plug for the Loner and Stoner podcast. Be sure to get all your podcasts wherever you get Bud Morning Podcasts, Loner and Stoner, Operation Pigmentation, The Blizzard, Cleb and Kush, Bubba Uncensored, The Ford Show, Tiggs Bits. Am I missing anybody?
Our show, the weekly wrap-up show.
Well, they're catching that live right now here.
I know.
And the weekly wrap-up show if you want to catch it on the replay on Sundays. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe someone just stumbled upon it, Colton. Wanted to find out where they could watch it.
$50 on the Cash App from Eric Reinke, Uncle Eric.
Uncle Eric.
There we go.
There you go. Thank you. You guys got anything going on this weekend?
I'm going to the Rays game, actually.
I was going to go tonight.
So
You know what? Are you going tonight?
I'm going tomorrow.
Oh, because you know what I was going to say is I knew you were going to go tonight because tonight's 70% off a lot of their merchandise.
Is it really?
Yeah, we were going to go.
I didn't know that. I wonder if they'll still have that deal tomorrow or not.
No, it's
That
today.
fucking sucks.
Today only.
You can get a Rays ticket right now for $1. A fucking $1. Now, by the time you pay your fees and taxes and everything, it's probably about 10. But still, so call it $9. Tax, tag, and title fees and all out the door for a goddamn Rays ticket. You can't beat it. Now I'm gonna go watch them. So are they playing the Boston just left, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they're playing Blue Jays.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I'll be there tomorrow for that game.
Date
And these
night-
are the last 3 home games: today, tomorrow, Sunday.
Date night at the Rays game for under $20.
Yeah, I can't beat it. I
Wow.
literally can't beat it. So
You
Shelby
turn-
and I will go with our binoculars. And we'll be sitting in one of the lower bowl sections towards the top, and we will be spying on the dugouts, looking to see what they're doing, their handshakes, what they're eating, their sunflower seeds, their bubble gum, and I'll be looking for low-cut T-shirts.
So this free this is mind blowing. So you're turning down a free ticket to go pay for a Rays ticket. You're not going on the 70% off day, which is today. Man.
I got my ticket for cheap.
Oh, $1.
Yeah.
Or did you get it for free?
No, this one I paid. I felt obligated to go. I have not been to a Rays game this entire season.
Oh.
So I felt obligated to the program to buy a ticket and go. So of course I wait for the $1 tickets.
Yeah, you can't
But at
beat
least
that.
I'm supporting.
You are. Good job.
So I'll be there Saturday. Anybody that's going to the Rays game, look for Shelby and I. Obviously, you know what I look like. Look for Shelby. She's about 4'11".
Are you sneaking anything into the game?
Yes. I don't know if I should say everything. Nothing illegal. Maybe stuff that's like not permitted.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But like no firearms or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like or knives, nothing like that. Like sunflower seeds. Reese's Outrageous, Nerds Clusters, things of
Perfect.
that nature.
Right. Are you doing anything? Are you doing a rock show?
Yes, we're going to try and do one today. I am not going to be watching baseball this weekend. That's for damn sure. It's going to be a lot of football.
You're going to do your the rock show tonight?
Probably. I think,
Okay.
yeah. Tonight, actually, we're going to be doing a new episode of the Cane and Fire podcast. Shameless plug as well. Today at 3 p.m. with Rock Riley.
Oh, nice, dude.
From-
Rock Riley's been to my house.
Yeah, from the 813 TV.
Awesome.
And going to be talking to Patrick Quixote, who covers the Denver Broncos. We'll get into that matchup, which I'm very excited about.
And where can people get that again?
That is on YouTube with video and then anywhere you download a podcast as well.
And that's Cannon Fire Podcast.
You got it. 3 words right there, buddy.
There
on,
you go.
Social media as well. And then Saturday, Sunday, I might check out either the Bulls game or the Bucks game.
Well, if you head on down, just shoot me a text.
You going to be at both?
Yes, I will be.
Busy weekend for you.
Oh, you know it. So
I was thinking about that the other day. Y'all spend a lot of time at the Raymond James Stadium, huh?
Dude, he's moving, and I mean, you talk about literal movers and shakers. Every time I call Lummy or talk to him, he's in the middle of doing something.
You are right.
He's never just sitting at home not doing anything over the weekend. Ever.
I did last weekend.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
Sunday, I watched football, and then I went on the locals.
Did you leave the house at all?
A Sunday?
Yes. Think about it
Yes, I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Every Sunday I go with Walker
Publix.
to
24-hour period. He's not going to be at home.
now.
No,
There's no way.
He's going to leave the house at least one time.
Yes, that I can't stay in the house for too long. It's not fun. It's fun to be out and about. But yes,
Does Walker eat the Publix cookies?
no, he does not like cookies.
Well, if you wouldn't mind me maybe getting one every time y'all go, and when I see you once a week, I'll take the few that you get.
So you want me to start stacking up Publix cookies?
Yeah, just bring a little sandwich bag, leave it in your truck, and when you go inside with Walker, get sugar, please.
You going to support the hustle?
Yeah, get a sugar cookie, and then when I see you, I see you every week, at least on Fridays, you should have 2 or 3 Publix cookies for me.
You don't like a chocolate chip every now and again?
Nah.
So you want me to get you? So you want me to now take my kid to get you free cookies?
Yeah. You're there anyways,
right.
and he's not going to eat it.
He's going to be there screaming the whole time, I don't like cookies.
No, he'll just keep saying popcorn chicken the whole time. Until
That's
he
what I
gets
figured. I'll
popcorn
trade you some
chicken.
popcorn chicken or something.
I mean, all he wants is popcorn chicken. He knows what he wants when he goes into public. So we go right there. But yeah, the cookie section is right next to it. So I will do that for you, Colton.
Thank you.
Except for this Sunday, I'm not going to public, so you'll have to wait.
That's fine. Whenever you can bring it. I'll eat it next or 2 weeks on the air. Whenever you can bring it.
Perfect. Yeah, Walker's starting his first day of baseball on Sunday, and I don't really see how that's going to go too well, but we'll see.
You going to get teary-eyed?
No, he's 3. He's not even 3 yet.
So what is baseball like at age 3?
How am I supposed to know?
I don't
like
know
T-ball.
if you
It's
signed
T-ball.
up. Is it even that?
No, it's T-ball. I was doing T-ball at 3 and 4.
What?
Like they man
Yeah.
the bases and everything, or
Yeah.
it's just like T-ball batting practice?
No, they have coaches out there on the bases, and they help the kids run through the motions of the game.
I thought that was
He'll
like
get
5
it.
or 6.
Yeah, the kids. It's like a 3 to 5 years old. I
They
mean,
start 3 to 4. I was
Damn.
playing T-ball. I got baseball cards in my
awesome,
room.
But damn,
I can't see Walker just standing there with his glove waiting for a ball.
I can't either.
No, he'll get bored. A lot of those kids get bored. I got bored.
No shit, and that's why he's gonna just run over
He'll
me.
he'll hate baseball.
Really?
Especially coming from soccer.
Well, yeah, he's got soccer Saturday.
And he just runs all day long
Yeah, that
chasing the
wears
ball.
him.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
that
fun.
wears him
Now
out.
he's got to stand here in right field. Or sorry, I won't put him in right. Now he's got to stand here in center field and just stand there and waiting
And
for
if
this
not-
T-ball to never make it to the outfield.
And if not, he's going to be sitting on the bench waiting to bat or whatever. And he can't talk to his parents. He can't say hi.
The kid ain't sitting nowhere, dude. He'll be climbing the fucking fence in the dugout.
Yeah, he'd be getting out of there in a second. And we already,
What age? I think I've asked you this question before. What age are you going to put him in football?
I don't know.
Is Ashley down with football?
What, in tackle football?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I didn't do tackle football until I was like 15, so.
Yeah. So baseball, you liked baseball.
Yeah, baseball and basketball. I mean,
So you're hoping as he grows older and the attention span gets, a little bit
Soccer.
more reasonable, you're hoping baseball is kind of the deal.
Yeah, or he can even do like flag football.
That's a good way to do it. I think flag football, avoiding any chance of long-term injury that you can. Put it off. If he wants to play full tackle football when he turns 14 or 15, let him do it.
If you want to be dumb, or you can fucking get him into tennis and golf, and you could have a goddamn, honorable student.
Yeah, he'll play golf.
Hang
and
out with the
tennis.
Asians and,
No, like basketball and baseball.
Way to stereotype him, Colton.
Yeah, Jesus.
Sorry. It's kind of true.
He'll be friends with the brothers, and he'll be in great shape.
Yeah.
But also could be dangerous, playing with the brothers, outdoor courts.
That kid dangerous?
Yeah.
Not dangerous like that, like dangerous for his childhood. And,
How so?
Listen, as long
It
as
just
No,
you
I
are
don't
who
know.
Okay, well here you go. You are who you run with, okay? And I would just think the people that are golfers and tennis athletes sometimes be a little more upper crust. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. It's an expensive sport to get into. So we'll see what happens.
If that kid would play any sport though, that motherfucker would be a hockey player.
Yeah.
Big as hell.
Lacrosse?
Fucking not mean, but can take a bump, no problem. Yeah, lacrosse, hockey, something like that.
I'll take him as a golfer.
Yeah, of course, dude. Of course.
There's only really one thing that is, I guess, now professional that I wouldn't want him to, but
Walker Garrison is a fucking golfer name.
It is.
Yeah. It's a perfect golfing name.
It is a golfer name.
I got a little set. Maybe I'll start teaching him in the backyard. Maybe I shouldn't teach him. Maybe I should get someone that's actually really, really good at golf. So we'll see. But
I mean, we're in the golf capital, right? Florida. I mean,
yeah, sure.
got enough golf courses around.
Yeah, exactly.
And he does have a golfer ring to his name.
Yeah, start taking him on your trips.
Next thing you know, Lummy's
Yeah,
at
there you
the
go.
Waste Management Open, wherever it's called.
With all the brothers.
I don't. Yeah, sure.
Do they go to that?
Yeah, all the brothers go to the Waste Management Open, according to Colton.
Oh, on the comp tickets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the boss tickets.
Jesus.
Thank you, everyone. Doing the GOAT Report tomorrow. Rhett's going to do a rock show tonight on Rumble. Check out Loner and Stoner where you get your podcast. And also go on Bubba Army store, Bubba Army shop, BubbaArmyMerch.com, and get all your Bubba Army merchandise. The slides are still up there, limited sizes, so get them before they get out of here.
Hit that thumbs up button before you leave.
Yeah, and the follow button.
Thank you, Bubba Army. Love you.
Thank you. And everyone have a great weekend. We will see you Monday.